Have you ever gotten dressed, checked yourself in the mirror, and thought, I actually like these pieces, so why do I suddenly look 20 years older than I really am? If that has ever happened to you, you are far from alone. Nothing about your face changed. Nothing about who you are changed. But something in that outfit was quietly playing a trick on you. And here is the secret nobody tells us. Aging in your appearance is rarely about a number on a birth certificate. Most of the time, it is a sneaky little culprit hiding right inside your own closet. Today we are uncovering 5 subtle style traps that accidentally add years to your look, including one classic mistake near the end of this list that almost every one of us makes without ever realizing it is quietly reshaping our entire silhouette. Somewhere along the way, someone handed us an unspoken rulebook that said, once you reach a certain age, you are supposed to fade into the background. Wear the beige. Wear the shapeless sack. Step quietly away from anything fun or bold. Well, today we are tossing that rulebook straight in the bin. This is not about chasing youth or trying to look 25 again. We paid our dues, and we look wonderful exactly as we are, at exactly the age we are. This is about looking vibrant, modern, effortless, and magnetic at 60 and beyond. It is about letting your clothes say exactly how alive you feel on the inside, from the shoes on your feet all the way to the foundation pieces most of us have not thought about updating in a decade or more. These 5 small shifts are genuinely going to change your morning routine. So pour yourself something you enjoy, get comfortable, and let's start with style trap number 1. I promise your closet will thank you for this one. Style trap number 1 is something I like to call the invisible body trap. Somewhere around our 60s, a quiet little voice starts whispering, hide it. Hide the middle. Cover the arms. Camouflage the hips. And what do most of us do in response? We reach for the oversized tunic, the enormous linen sack, and the giant flowing trousers, often all 3 at once, thinking we are being smart and comfortable. But here is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. When you hide everything at the same time, you actually end up looking larger and older than you are. Head-to-toe baggy clothing swallows your natural frame, erases your structure entirely, and quietly tells the world you are trying to disappear. And we are not in the business of disappearing. The real secret to looking instantly more modern is not about squeezing into anything tight. Nobody wants that, and nobody is asking you to. It is simply about the rule of balance. If you are wearing something beautifully flowing on the bottom, give yourself a little structure up top. Take wide-leg trousers, for instance, which happen to be wonderfully chic right now. Pair them with a giant unbuttoned, oversized shirt, and you end up looking like a walking tent. But take that same shirt and give it a soft, gentle tuck at the front. Or reach for a blouse that schemes your body instead of swallowing it, and suddenly your waist is defined, your legs look longer, and you have gone from shapeless to effortlessly chic in about 5 seconds flat. Comfort and style were never enemies. They just needed someone to introduce them properly. Now let's move to trap number 2, and fair warning, I might step on a few toes here, though hopefully they will be very fashionable toes by the time we are done. I call this one safe shoe syndrome. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. By the time we cross 60, our relationship with our own feet has changed completely. We put in our time in impossibly high heels years ago. We survived plenty of cheap flats that gave us nothing back, and now our feet are finally demanding some respect. They want arch support, real cushioning, genuine comfort. And that instinct is completely valid. But here is exactly where the trap quietly closes around us. We assume that choosing comfort means we have to head straight to the orthopedic aisle for those heavy, chunky, Velcro strap shoes that look better suited to a hiking trail or a hospital corridor in 1985. You can be wearing the most beautiful modern linen dress or perfectly tailored trousers, but if you anchor that outfit with a heavy, dated safe shoe, you have just aged your entire look from the ground up. It tells the room you gave up on style for the sake of your feet, when the truth is you never had to choose between the two. Here is the wonderful news. The fashion world has genuinely caught up with us on this one. You do not have to sacrifice your arches to look chic. The fix is simply choosing comfort-forward, sleek silhouettes instead of clunky ones. Swap that bulky mesh orthopedic sneaker for a crisp, minimal white leather sneaker, which offers the exact same support but looks effortlessly cool with jeans, trousers, or even a dress. If you prefer a flat, step away from the round-toed, elastic-rimmed ballet flat that always seems to dig into your heel anyway. And reach instead for a pointed or almond toe leather loafer. That small point at the toe visually elongates your leg and adds instant sharpness to the whole outfit. Your shoes are the exclamation point at the end of your outfit sentence. Let's make sure they are saying something worth hearing. Which brings us to a question I would genuinely love your honest answer to. Be truthful. When was the last time you actually replaced your go-to everyday shoe? And did comfort quietly win out over style without you even noticing? Tell me in the comments, because I promise you are not alone. On to trap number 3. And this one is a generational habit that is genuinely hard to break, because for decades we were taught this was the very definition of elegance. I am talking about matchy-matchy overload. You know exactly what I mean. You buy the navy dress, so naturally you reach for the navy shoes, the navy handbag, wrap a navy scarf around your neck, and finish it off with the matching necklace and earring set that came together in a little velvet box. Back in the day, that was considered polished and put together. But today, a perfectly rigid color-coordinated package deal can read as stiff, dated, and honestly, a little like a department store catalog from 1994. Modern style thrives on a bit of tension, a bit of contrast, and a good dose of personality. The easy fix here is what I like to call the art of the mix. We want our pieces to have a conversation with each other, not show up looking like identical twins. If you own a beautifully matching pantsuit or coordinated set, resist the urge to wear it all together with a formal blouse. Break it up instead. Throw a crisp, casual white tee underneath, add your sleek modern sneakers, and suddenly the whole thing feels current. If you are wearing those navy trousers, skip the navy shoes entirely and reach for a rich camel loafer, or a pop of unexpected silver metallic instead. And please, break up your matching jewelry sets too. Keep the earrings if you love them, but swap that matching necklace for a chunky textured chain, or a strand of mismatched Baroque pearls. When your outfit looks a touch less planned and a little more thoughtfully thrown together, you instantly give off an effortless, youthful confidence that no matching set could ever deliver. Now let's move into trap number 4, which quietly drains the life out of so many genuinely beautiful wardrobes. I call this one color ghost syndrome. Have you noticed that as we move into our 60s and 70s, our natural coloring gently shifts? Our hair softens into a gorgeous silver, white, or lighter tone, and our skin naturally loses a bit of its former contrast. It is a beautiful, elegant evolution, truly. But here is the mistake so many of us make in response. We look at our softer features and think, well, I suppose I should wear softer colors to match. So what happens next? Our closets slowly fill with washed-out, dusty pastels, muted tops, muddy grays, and an endless river of beige. We believe we look appropriate and refined, but when you pair already soft features with entirely washed-out clothing, you get what I call the ghost effect. The clothes wash you out further, making you look tired, pale, and visually faded into the background rather than standing confidently in front of it. The fun part is that the fix is simple, and it is about inviting intentional contrast back into your wardrobe. You do not need to start wearing neon pink or traffic cone orange, if that has never been your style. It is really about upgrading your neutrals and choosing richer, more saturated tones that work like an instant, completely free facelift. Instead of that dusty, washed-out lavender, reach for a rich royal purple or a vibrant berry red. Instead of muddy gray or flat beige, try a crisp navy, a deep emerald green, or a warm, wealthy camel. And if you truly love your neutrals and are not ready to give them up, simply introduce one pop of contrast near your face. A crisp white collar or a richly patterned scarf will bounce light straight up onto your skin, making your eyes brighter and your whole complexion glow. Step out of the beige fog, my friend. You deserve to be seen, fully and vividly. Now here is a question worth sitting with for a moment. Looking at your own closet honestly, would you say it currently leans more towards soft and quiet, or rich and confident? There is no wrong answer here. I am simply curious where you land, so tell me in the comments. And now, we have finally arrived at trap number 5, the one I teased all the way back at the start of this video. The mistake almost everyone makes without ever realizing it is quietly sabotaging their entire silhouette. Brace yourself, because we are heading into the deepest, most overlooked corner of the top drawer. I am talking about undergarments stuck in the past. Let's be completely honest with each other for a moment. When was the last time you were properly, professionally fitted for a bra? If you are scratching your head trying to remember whether it happened before or after the turn of the century, we genuinely need to talk. Our bodies change constantly. Gravity does not take breaks. Tissue shifts, muscle tone changes, and yet so many of us are still buying the exact same size and style we were 10, 15, even 20 years ago, simply out of habit. Here is why this quietly becomes such a significant style trap. When a bra lacks proper support, the bust naturally drops lower than it should. And when that happens, it settles right around where your natural waist is meant to be, which visually erases your torso altogether, makes your midsection look heavier than it is, and causes even the most expensive, beautifully made silk blouse to drape poorly and look slouchy no matter how well it was tailored. It quietly adds years to your entire silhouette, without you ever realizing the real cause. The fix here might be the fastest, most genuinely transformative upgrade you can give yourself. And I like to think of it as an instant foundation facelift. Schedule a professional fitting if you can, or take careful measurements at home if that is easier for you. Look for a bra with wide, comfortable straps, smoothing support along the sides, and a lift that positions your bust roughly halfway between your shoulder and your elbow. Watch what happens the moment you get that lift right. A clear, beautiful space appears between your bust and your hips. Your torso visually lengthens. Your waist reappears as if by magic. Your posture even looks taller. And every single top you already own suddenly looks like it was tailored specifically for you, without spending a single additional dollar on new clothes. Before you buy anything else, it is genuinely worth fixing this foundation first. So let's quickly recap the 5 hidden style traps we are officially leaving behind today. We are stepping away from the all-baggy look and using the rule of balance to let our natural structure show through. We are trading clunky, outdated shoes for sleek, comfort-forward footwear that still looks completely current. We are breaking up rigid matchy-matchy sets to let a little personality back into our outfits. We are walking out of the beige fog and welcoming rich, intentional contrast near our faces. And most importantly, we are giving ourselves an instant lift by finally updating our foundation pieces. Here is what I want you to remember. Fashion rules are entirely made up, but style is how you introduce yourself to the world before you have said a single word. Getting older was never about stepping back into the shadows. It means you have earned the confidence to finally step into the light, and wear whatever makes you feel genuinely alive. Now I would really love to hear from you. Which of these 5 style traps has been quietly sneaking its way into your own closet? And which one are you going to flip the moment you get dressed tomorrow morning? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and this community consistently has the best conversations on this entire platform. If you enjoyed today's conversation and want more practical, elegant, genuinely useful style tips made just for us, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. True style truly has no expiration date, my friends. Stay fabulous, stay confident, and I will see you in the very next video.